One, two, three.
Hey guys and gals, Pat over here, Felsmere Fishing Headquarters, over here with two best guys on the lakes, Mike and Captain Steve. Hey, we're sorry guys, we haven't been able to do a whole lot of videos lately. We've got a lot of changes going on over here at the shop, for the better. We've got a bar and grill coming in next to us. So it's in the same building that y'all are used to coming to, but one side, when y'all remember where the bar was at, it's gonna be on that side, and then all the bait and tackle are over on the other side, so where it's been before. So anyway, you guys got it. They're not open yet, but we're getting there. They're going to have breakfast and lunch and dinner and ice cold beer. So and Steve knows a little bit more about it, so he'll talk about it as well. But we wanted to get a quick fishing report out. Fish have been getting better. It's getting better. You know, it was a long summer, and the bite was kind of tough. Yeah, the bite was kind of tough. The water temp has cooled off a little bit. The weather's much better. I mean, we can stay out till noon instead of leaving it and coming back in at 10 now.
And you really see the days shortening already too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's
exactly
key, and that's triggering a lot of fish to really school up and start doing that fall feed.
Yeah, and a lot of people are calling about Stick Marsh, wondering what the deal is with that. And Steve's gonna, he's going there on a regular basis, and he'll talk about that as well. So, Steve, let's talk about it, son.
So Stick Marsh is back up the pool. It's safe to navigate. Just use your trails that you've used before. You'll be fine. There's a lot of places where there was not vegetation that there's vegetation now. That vegetation, a lot of that will die with it being water covered for so long. But there's a lot of fish in that vegetation. I've been throwing a lot of swim jig in there, spinnerbaits, chatterbaits. You know, the cut through that we would always go through, that ditch right there is absolutely filled with vegetation right now. And so much that I got to slow down to even go through there because there's so much vegetation.
You mean in that center job?
Yes, in the center job.
That grass or spatterdock, or what type of
So
vegetation
weeds.
Yeah.
Weeds.
Oh, kind of like that's what the tall weeds that are in the north end.
So what happened is they drained the lake down so far that it was out of water all summer, and a lot of weeds have grown, and a lot of those weeds are holding fish because those fish that lived in that ditch, that, you know, when the water was so low, they were living in that ditch, and now they're coming up on those lips.
Right.
And they're up on those lips in those weeds right now, and you catch them. You can catch them if you just take your time. There's a lot of stuff to fish. In the south part of the lake, where they planted everything, there's a lot of the bulrush that's actually taking hold right now. It's smaller, it's shorter, and stuff like that. But in the next few months to a year, maybe 2 years, it's going to be tall, and it's going to be a bunch of big reeds out there.
Right.
And that's going to hold some serious fish.
Right. And not to cut you off, but I heard that there was hydrilla growing within those bulrushes.
Yeah,
Is that true?
yeah. Well, I've not really spotted too much hydrilla. I've not spent a lot of time on that. I'm not trying to run my motor through there, honestly.
Right.
I don't want to mess with it because it's still young and it's still trying to grow. The north end of the lake, as you would go back towards the northwest corner where that spillway was back there, that whole left side where you used to be able to fish the flat over there is covered with 3 to 4 feet of weeds right now.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, it's covered with 3 to 4 feet of weeds right now, but there's water in there and there's going to be fish in there. So those fish that used to come up on that flat spawn,
Yeah.
I think they're still going to look at that area and they're still going to want to come up there. So don't X that out of your game. Go back there and fish that. It comes almost all the way out, about 4 to 5 feet from the actual drop off in the ditch over there in the northwest corner.
Yeah. That looks really interesting there. I mean, it's fishable.
Yes, very, very, very much so. You know, Headwaters has been good. Headwaters, you know, the bite's been kind of funky in regards to artificial bite. You can still catch them. You just got to stay slow. If you think your fish is slow enough, they're slow. And it's still the deep drops in the corners of the canals that are coming into pits or ditches that are coming into pits. You fish those corners, those fish are going to be there. You just have to slow down. Present those fish with 3 to 4 different types of baits. Maybe throw a couple of moving baits in there. If you're not getting bit, slow down. throw a Texas rig worm or a wacky rig or something to that effect in there, and you're gonna get those bites. The bigger bites have been a little bit slower. Those 6 to 8 pounders have been slower, but like we were talking earlier, the days are getting shorter. The fish that we're finding are really, really schooled up. Some places with shiner fishing, actually, you can sit in one spot still 4 to 6 hours, and you can watch that cork go under over and over and over and over again. The free line, your free line with the shiners is also good. Once that cork bite slows down a little bit, pull off with those fish a little bit, fish a little bit deeper.
Yeah, let me get a little deeper.
Yeah, let them get a little bit deeper. The thermocline right now is probably 6 to 8 foot deep is what I'm seeing.
Sounds about
And we're just in the midst of what the last super moon.
Yeah, we had a heck of a full moon
Yeah.
last night, which is probably, the last couple of days, I talked to some people that fish a lot, and they're struggling a little bit too, because they're not on the fish. But this moon's kind of got them messed up a little bit. So I'd say the backside of this moon,
Yeah,
they're gonna be chewing.
Well,
Yeah.
if there's no cloud cover, you got that big moon like nothing like sky all night.
They're eating all night.
They're eating all
They're
night.
Yeah.
So that makes it tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
A lot of big changes going on though. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good season.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Look for the watering hole at Fellsmere Fishing Headquarters.
Yeah.
And some good friends of ours are in the process of opening this up, and I think you guys are going to be really impressed with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, they've just done a great job. You won't recognize it.
Yeah.
And they're great people, and I think they're really going to try to cater to the fishing guys, so that when you guys are here, hot coffee in the morning, sandwiches, you get off the water, you can come in and have lunch, dinner, whatever the case. I mean, you don't have to go too far. You don't even have to go into Sebastian to eat now.
Right.
You
One
can-
stop shop.
One-stop shop.
Get it all done right here, and plenty of ice cold beer as well.
Yeah, and there's a 10% discount is what Mike, Mike one of the owners.
Yeah.
Mike was telling me that it's a 10% discount for any anglers that come in and fish with us.
Yep, if you're part of the Fellsmere Fishing Headquarters Club,
Yep.
there is a 10% discount for you,
Absolutely.
so.
That's right.
Yeah. And so if you're wanting breakfast the next morning, it's pretty much just kind of a situation where you'll get a hold of Mike or Melissa. They'll figure out what you want, or you can tell them what you want, and they'll try to accommodate you so you have stuff ready to go. They'll actually bag you lunch and everything else, so you can take that with you as well.
That's right.
So it's a one-stop shop. You don't have to stop up the road at the store and grab a couple of things or anything like that. You just let them know ahead of time, and we'll get you squared away. And if you come fish with us, at FL Big Bass Adventures, you can let us know, and we'll reach out to them and let them know what you guys are wanting.
Absolutely.
We'll get all that stuff taken care of for you. So just reach out to us and let us know what you want, and we'll get it
Yeah,
knocked out.
and I think we talked about putting some packages together too, that is gonna include your fishing trip, breakfast, lunch.
Yes.
And we can kind of tailor that to individual needs.
Yep.
So, it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be
It's
exciting.
gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Exciting season coming up, and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody again. And looking forward to the weather cooling off a little bit for us, and getting out there and catching some fish.
Yeah.
And we've been catching them. We've been staying steady.
It's getting good, man. I tell you, we've been catching them. I mean, even Garcia, Blue Cypress has been on fire. I mean, everybody's been catching them.
Well,
there.
yeah, you've been fishing Garcia every Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday. Yep. My tournament partner, she's over there hiding, but she actually caught an 8-3 in the one tournament. I got a 7-3 to back that up, and so a lot of big ones have been being caught. A lot of big ones have been being caught. And Scott Carpenter had a 10 pounder in the one tournament. So, and that's another thing for you local guys, dude. I mean, every weekend, every Sunday. At Garcia, we weigh in at 1 o'clock. It's a $40 entry fee, $10 big bass. We're getting more and more boats. I mean, it's getting pretty, it's getting good. And what a great bunch of guys that we fish with. So, y'all, you're not doing something on a Sunday, you want to come out and compete and have fun, come on down. That's about it for Garcia.
All right.
We can't give up too many secrets out there.
Well, let's check out the maps real quick so we show these folks.
That's a good idea.
Maybe a few places if they come down, you know, in October or whatever.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, guys, Captain Steve here. I'm going to show you some places on Stick Marsh as well as Headwaters over here on this wall where we've been catching some fish. As I was saying earlier, on Stick Marsh, we've been catching fish on spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, and swim jigs. So, you know, you come out of here and you come out of the ramp and you run straight across to the lightning shack. You can do that, but most folks come over here and they'll run the rim. All right. This area right in here where there were a lot of cuts on this side right here, they're filled in with weeds right now, like tall weeds, 3 to 4 feet. Okay. So if you sit in this ditch and you throw over into the other side of this little lip right here, you can fish that swim jig, chatterbait, spinnerbait through here back into this deep water, and there's a lot of fish on this lip right now. Okay, the cut that we run through to get into Farm 13, holding a lot of fish as usual. All right, so you can also fish that. This backside has a lot of extra vegetation in it as well. Of course, you know, we know that if the water's running and so forth, you know, you got the pump station here and the pump right here as well. So you always want to check these. The new bulrush that I was talking about earlier is in this part of the lake right here, and it runs almost all the way across. Now there's bigger patches in different places here, but it's real juvenile. It's real fresh. So, but anything that vegetation-wise is going to hold bass. So, you know, if you guys want to fish it, I would try it. I'm going to start fishing it here before too long. But, you know, give it a look and see what you think. There's a ton of stumps down here that you guys know about. Maybe you don't. If you try to run your big motor down here, you probably found out real quick. But when they drained Stick Marsh, it was fields of big stumps and trees laid over in the water right here. And they're still here. Even though the water's up, they're still here. Once that spawn time comes up, and it's coming up here in the wintertime pretty soon, these fish are going to get on these stumps really, really hard. So you need to really, really concentrate on these. I suggest that you get down here, put that trolling motor down, or come across here, put your trolling motor down, and fish back in through here. Don't run back in through here. You can tear your lower unit off. You got to be very, very careful. So let's go over here to Headwaters. So we're on Headwaters, of course, you know, here's the boat ramp. Of course, here's the S canal. There has been some blockages in there. You can push them out. You can push them out of the way. If you're not sure, you've not been here before, let 2, 3, 4 boats go in front of you. Figure out which way they're going. Usually those early boats are guys that have been here before and have fished here before and fish here quite often. So let them go in front of you so they can lead the path for you. All right. So what I'm talking about is these ditches that are leading into these pits. Is a situation like down here at the square pond. Okay, so you got all these little ditches that come into this pit right here. All right, you got all these ditches that come in here. So when you get into a situation like this, what's happening is you have 4 to 6 foot of water in these little ditches, and it drops into, as you can see, 18 to 15 to 18 to 20 foot of water out in here. Okay, and it's the same in all of these little pits up here in the banana pit and so on. Fish the edges of these drops, throw up on the flat and drag that bait off real slow into the pit. All right, same right here. All right, so throw it up on the flat, drag it off into the deeper water. You're going to get bites right there, so but you have to you can throw straight at it with a plastic, pull it off. You can fish parallel on the edge of the grass with like a jerk bait, a crankbait, something moving on the edge of the grass. Those are ambush points for the bass right now. There are some areas in here in ditch 13 where these cuts are. Fish these flats on the north and south side of ditch 13. There's a lot of fish holding in there right now, and a lot of people are catching them.